Welcome to CWIEME Talks. I'm Alexandra and I'm delighted to welcome Chris Gerber, CWIEME Berlin Advisor Board, industry professional and strategy consulting at Yash. With a career spanning technical operations, board-level strategy and advisor roles across the electrical manufacturing value chain, Chris Gerber has become a trusted voice in guiding both established companies and new entrants. Chris, thank you for joining us today.
Alexandra, thank you very much for having me. Honored to be on your platform here, and it's always great to be in London, and certainly excited to discuss the various topics related to our industry.
It's always a pleasure to have you, Chris. Chris, you have worked across technical, commercial, and boardroom roles. How did those early experiences shape the way you lead today? And could you give us a brief overview of your journey in the industry?
Certainly, Alexandra. I started off at Eskom, the South African power utility. At that particular point in time, it had been one of the top utilities in the world. I had been the project management or lead for generation engineering, and I had a number of colleagues who reported to me in the nuclear, hydro and fossil fuel environments. Our key responsibilities had been asset management, condition monitoring, end-of-life studies were key in that particular process. After Eskom, I joined SGB Smith in Nijmegen, the Netherlands. I was very proud to form part of the management team that led the company into their centennial and their royal status. I then subsequently worked for ETD Transformers in the Czech Republic and for Compton Greaves in Belgium, both serving in various managerial capacities, responsible for the after-sales service, the maintenance and refurbishments. I subsequently joined consulting, and I've been in the consulting industry ever since. And I think all those various important milestones along the career journey certainly contributed to where I am today.
Yeah, that is a fascinating career, Chris. Going to our next question, the growth predictions for the transformer and related industry are estimated to be between 5 and 10% per year, depending on your market location. What is your expectation?
Alexandra, yes, this is very true. Economists and researchers predict a global growth rate between 4 and 8%. Some estimated it may be as high as 10%, certainly for global regions and global growth. Of course, the geographical regions may experience different growths, particularly India, seen as a very fast-growing market. Similarly, the Americas. This growth is driven by a number of factors, amongst others, and traditionally already known, the move to renewables. We have seen the introduction of the green policies, the move to net zero. Certainly in Europe, this has been one of the growth drivers. We've seen electrical vehicles in there, but we've also seen regional conflicts and the move back to industrialization.
Your ongoing work with Yash Highvoltage keep you close to manufacturing realities. What's top of mind there, whether in quality, supply chain, scaling?
Yash is an Indian manufacturer of high voltage bushings. They produce oil impregnated as well as resin impregnated bushings in India. They are based in Baroda, probably one of the most unique transformer manufacturing hubs in the world. They have existed for more than 2 decades. They listed on the Indian Stock Exchange last year, and they have a unique position in the sense that they are now competing with some of the European players and American players in the supply of bushings. We have discussed and touch today on the constraints within the supply chain. And Yash has certainly stepped up to this. They produce bushings that are compliant with international IEC and IEEE and Senelec standards. Their lead times are quite phenomenal, and that gives them a competitive advantage despite the distance. And they have an impressive track record in supplying companies within Europe, Asia, and of course the Americas.
And how important are platforms like CWIEME with exhibitions in Berlin, Shanghai, plus year-round content for the sector? In your view, how does participating in CWIEME support the industry borders goal around innovation and collaboration?
I think very importantly, CWIEME plays an instrumental role in sharing knowledge, information, and insight. Not everybody has access to economists or have their own researchers within their company. And CWIEME has performed over the last years consistently in gathering information, market statistics, and dynamics with a very broad base players within the particular industry. So you don't have to spend large volumes and amounts in terms of doing your own research. This is something which CWIEME has done through their conference program very, very successfully in Berlin, also in Shanghai, where specialists and knowledgeable people are invited to share information and updates on market statistics, market growth, and market dynamics.
And also aligned with is innovation and collaboration. The C-Suite Club is one of CWIEME's newest initiatives. Why is a closed-door forum for executives so valuable right now? And what outcomes should leaders expect from those sessions?
I think the C-Suite Club is a unique introduction into the CWIEME portfolio and events. It enables CEOs and general managers of various companies within the supply chain to meet behind closed doors and in confidence, where they can share, I think, common challenges, debate and discuss common solutions to the industry. It also enables, I think, an exchange of knowledge and information, not only in terms of the regulatory environment, but also in terms of market dynamics, without having the fear that what is being said will be reported. It is a confidential meeting. It is a unique opportunity to also meet your competitors and get them to know. We have often spoken about the market dynamics and the very importance of economic growth. This perhaps has created the unique opportunity for people to, in fact, focus less on competing, but more on collaboration.
Yeah, definitely. And you also support the launch of Future Engineers, our inaugural program for earlier career talents. What impact can initiatives like this have in bridging the talent gap and attracting new people to the industry?
I think currently the transformer industry in particular would be suffering from aging. Their staff profile certainly indicates that there is a huge amount of senior engineers, senior managers that are approaching retirement. And certainly there is the requirement for young blood. Your program in terms of the new engineers, I think, has worked substantial wonders. It has brought the focus to engineering as a career. It has allowed young potential engineers to make a decision as to whether they should study engineering. But also very importantly, I think it has enabled young engineers about to graduate to find and seek employment. Very, very important, I think, also in this is the fact that you've promoted women in engineering. And it has always been an industry largely dominated by males. And certainly there is potential and growth for more women in the industry. And I think your platform has created not only this awareness, but also has enabled students, despite their gender, to consider engineering as a worthwhile career.
Yeah, and to get in touch with the industry
Absolutely.
that they are about to work with. Thank you, Chris, for sharing your insights and your journey with us, and it's a pleasure to speak with you.
Alexandra, as always, quite a pleasure to see you. Thank you for inviting us to your CWIEME Talks platform, and certainly looking forward to seeing all of you in Berlin next year. And I trust the show will be better and bigger, most certainly. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thanks to everyone for joining us. Stay up to date with industry insights and event news. Remember to subscribe to CWIEME Digest. We look forward to seeing you at CWIEME Berlin 2026 from the 19th to the 21st of May. See you there.